Minnesota Vikings kicker Greg Joseph won the kicking competition in training camp, and the Minnesota Vikings had to waive their second kicker, who was a UDFA. We waived him because we believe in Greg Joseph, and I'm starting to believe in Greg too. I'm still mad at him for that missed kick back in 2021 against the Cardinals, but he's still gotten better and better as he kind of made up for it in Week 5 against the Lions of 2021 when he kicked that 54-yard game-winning field goal, a 55-yarder before that. Somehow missed a 49-yarder in the midst of all this too, but still he can make long kicks, and I'd rather have a kicker who has accuracy problems than distance problems. Greg Joseph even made a 61-yard field goal against the New York Giants in the winter whiteout game, and then a week before that against the Colts, Greg Joseph nailed I believe it was a 40-yarder, but to win the greatest comeback of NFL history. So this guy can really nail long kicks. He's been doing it since training camp of last year, so he can clearly bring a lot to the table for the Minnesota Vikings. And I'm glad that we released our other kicker because there was no competition needed. Greg Joseph can easily beat out any other kicker except for Justin Tucker, but we can't just magically get Tucker on our team. So, for now, Greg Joseph is the guy we got to stick with. And yes, we'll still have that kind of the worry. We'll still have that worry as Vikings fans whenever he steps up to try and kick a game-winning field goal. Because look at the past. Look at I don't know, Gary Anderson, I think was his name, back in 1998, missed absolutely no kicks until the one that he had to make in the playoffs. Or Blair Walsh in the playoffs of 2015 against the Seahawks. There will always be that kind of thing where a Vikings kicker will make a huge mistake, and it's normally for game-winning field goals. And I've always noticed that Vikings kickers, Greg Joseph, I've always noticed that Greg Joseph, whenever we're towards the end of the game, and he has to make a field goal that'll put us up by 2 scores, he'll miss it. Or an extra point to put us up by higher than 3 points, he'll miss it. Or an extra point to put us down by 3 points, so all we needed will be a field goal to tie it, he'll miss that too. And that happened against the Bills of Week 10 of last year, the Cardinals Week 8 last year. So it's kind of a pattern. I don't really appreciate that. I hope that stops. But Greg Joseph is a guy that I'm starting to believe in. He won the kicking competition. Congratulations. Skol Vikings.